you, Councilor Tinsley. We've heard tonight from one speaker in particular something that's really a possibility, in my opinion, from my studies of it, and that is dealing with the Unfunded Mandate Relief Act of 1995. If we do become sued because we don't take any further action with sewering, the federal government, through the Unfunded Mandate Relief Act, has said that if you get sued and that you're forced to make these changes, that they'll reimburse you for those funds. It has to be introduced by a senator. There's no absolute guarantees that we get 100%, but it would definitely go a long way. And what we're dealing with here is tyranny. This council took actions to impose a tyrannical act against the people of Stewarts Creek, and we added to their house, to their cost of their homes and their lives, another $30,000 a year in the most difficult of economic times. And it's like we're not even paying any attention to that. And we're talking about spending $1 billion to $1.5 billion. We're talking about doing private roads, but it's not out of the goodness of the heart that we're doing private roads. It's not that we don't know that that's a real problem, but we also can't do the sewering without the taking of private roads. So it's one hand is really just making the other hand work well together. All right, so we're not doing something that we know that we really need to do, other than the fact that it's also secondary benefit to the fact that we have to have it for sewer. I can't vote another tyrannical method like we have proposed here tonight, which is to raise taxes and on food and on rooms to stop an act that we already did that was wrong. We need to find another mechanism to make some sort of relief for those people in Stewarts Creek. I personally believe that taking $1 million from the roads program that we have going this year, and made an attempt for that to happen, but it didn't. But we need to do something for those people. There were promises made here that something would happen for those people of Stewarts Creek. We don't know how that's going to happen yet, but yet something needs to happen in order to relieve that. But now we are talking about the tip of the iceberg, because if you think that the sales tax on meals, if you think that the rooms tax is going to be at this rate in order to be able to pay for the future expansion of the sewer system, it's not going to cover it. If you think that this one-time Proposition 2.5 override is going to be what it takes to do the septic system, it's not going to happen. This is the beginning of a long road that we need to tow, and this is going to be something that everybody's going to have to pay for. And it would just seem apparent to me that a new tact is more appropriate at this time. And we need to do something to see that we did everything that we needed to do to protect your interests, so that we don't do the same type of acts, so people aren't forced out of their homes, so that $40,000 or $50,000 don't become the new numbers of what it takes for us to install a septic system, a sewer system, or anything else, because we think about it first. We've gone through it. Who doesn't want to protect the environment? Who doesn't want to protect what it is that we have here on the Cape? But how we do it, how we go about it, I hear a lot talked about nitrogen and nitrogen loading on the estuaries and how big of an impact it is. 15 years ago, we didn't believe that homes were the cause for nitrogen, the high nitrogen levels in some of these areas. We believe because septic treatment plants, septic systems in homes don't generate nitrogen immediately. So you read it in your septic tank and you don't find it. You find ammonium, and ammonium is then about 3 feet after it leaves, after it goes into the leaching field, it goes down into the ground. It's then turned into the nitrates that we're now experiencing into these other areas. So as we start to discuss this and move through it and recognizing the impact, it's there and it's real. But there are other things to do, because that ammonium happens to come mostly from urine. So are we talking about making it illegal to go to the bathroom? Because that could be something that we could start to do next. But composting toilets could be a real reason. And if we don't take the time to take a look at all of those methods and all the different things, and through that, if we got sued, I think that would be to our advantage. So moving forward tonight on this is not a good thing. I couldn't vote for most of what we have here, except bringing it before you to vote on a Proposition 2.5 override, because I believe that's something that you do have the right to select.